Next up, we have Mr. Rahul Goyal, and he's going to now take us to the nuts and bolts, and he's going to talk about building a world-class fintech product. As VP Product Development of Intuit's flagship product, TurboTax, Rahul leads product strategy and delivery on key platforms that serve over 5 million customers and generate $500 million in revenue. Prior to Intuit, Rahul has worked at Oracle and has led product engineering teams in system management, ERP, CRM, and many other domains. Rahul enjoys mentoring and growing leaders. He's a certified Gallup Strengths coach and also a published author. He often writes through his blog on LinkedIn and is also an avid reader and a passionate golfer. Please put your hands together to welcome him for his talk on building a world-class fintech product. Over to you.
Thanks, Anuradha. All right. Morning, everyone. Thank you. Let's get some air in your lungs. Morning, everyone. Morning. Thank you. Welcome to NPC, and thanks once again for braving the traffic. Never been easy. Doesn't look like it's going to get any easier. My name is Rahul Goyal. I'm the VP Product Development for TurboTax, and I work for a company called Intuit. What you see up there are our four products: TurboTax, which helps you in tax preparation; QuickBooks, which is for small business accounting; ProConnect, which is for products made for accountants to do complex accounting tasks; and finally, Mint, which is the personal finance software. A little bit about Intuit. We are founded in 1983, IPO 1993, 8,000 employees, 22 locations, 4.7 billion, and 37 million customers served every year. And yes, what you see here is a dining table. It's a dining table where the story of Intuit started. 33 years ago, Scott Cook was sitting at this dining table with his wife, watching her struggle balancing a checkbook. And Scott said, hey, there has to be a better way. With that, the idea of a personal finance product called Quicken was born, and a company called Intuit was created. Team, it takes a lot to build a good product. Right product idea, right technology stack, great team, money to invest, marketing, security, whatnot. But it takes a little more to really make a great product. What we're going to do today is to talk about these few things, which us as a 33-year-old fintech company, we are one of the originals, have found very, very interesting and what keeps the company going and the products being loved by millions of customers every year. It starts with what you see here on the top left, right for you. This is called a customer-driven innovation model. It's very simple. We basically look at, hey, what's an important unsolved customer problem that we or our partners can solve? Then we look at, can we build durable competitive advantage solving that problem? And the intersection of it gives us the place where we want to play. Right? It starts with embracing the customer pain. As Scott discovered that day, unless you feel the customer pain truly and deeply that you can't sleep at night unless you're solving it, it's hard to make a great fintech product. How we do it is through this process called Follow Me Holmes. Very often when we look at product, we go to customers and we say, hey, tell me what's your pain, or here is my product, what do you think about it? But really, the Follow Me Holmes is about observing and listening to customers in their environment. So we actually go spend time with customers in their environment, and we note down, hey, what's that environment like? What is the mood of the customer while they're using your product? What is the kind of lighting that they have to operate in? Is it a stable environment? Is it a stressful environment? What kind of customers are you dealing with? Are your hands dirty at that time and you can't really use a mouse or a keyboard really well? These are the kind of, getting closer to that pain which allows you to really understand how customers are and what their real situation is so that you can build a product that truly benefits them. One of the core important things is to thinking customer benefit. Always in everything that we do, say, how can we think customer benefit and bring it out in our products? Now, this is not a prerogative of a part of an organization. Very often, the customer research, the product managers, they always talk to the customers, but not rest of the organization. That does not help. Getting to know your customer and embracing the pain is something that every person in the organization is supposed to do, starting from our CEO, Brad Smith here, taking a customer call during tax season. And you should do that with your intern who joined just in the company last week. There's another way to get closer to the customer, which is through the data. Data is your window to your customer. Taking the story from Intuit, when we launched Quicken and it became successful, and we went back to see and get customer feedback, Scott Cook saw that it was a personal finance product, but people were tracking business expenses and everything else in there. And first time he said, hey, it's okay. We're going to focus on it's an interesting use case, but we are a personal finance company, and that's what we built. A little later, the same thing started to happen again. And he said, hey, a lot of people are using this product for business finances. Why is that? So we went to the customer and say, I see this. There are other products available to you in the business accounting. Why not do that, right? Why not use them? And the answer was, hey, your product doesn't talk to me in accounting language. Right? Your product actually talks to me in my language, and hence I prefer using this. With that, a product called QuickBooks was born, which today is over a $2 billion revenue product. The lesson here is savoring the surprises. The data will really give you something that you may not have expected, and it is okay to pay attention to that and maybe change the direction if you need to. Data is the currency, guys, and you've heard it in Vikas's presentation. Data is the new currency. It is the most important asset that you are generating right now. And it comes in two broad flavors. One is interaction data, how your customers are interacting with your product, and that will tell you where do they struggle, where do you want to change. And the second is the transactional data about what your customers are sharing with you for the jobs that they are interested in. And that really, these two categories of data are really going to help you build the next set of customer benefit that you want to deliver to your customers. Right? And data is used in every way. Data is used for security. Data is used for generating test cases that you want to test your product with. Data is currency. Every fintech company should be and is a big data company too. So building those big data muscles in a fintech company really makes you a great fintech company. Next up is the ability to build an ecosystem and network effects platform. There's a lot going on in this slide, but essentially what we're trying to do is it's hard to sustain for 33 years and get the love of your customers. And for that, you have to build the third circle, which is building a durable advantage. Building ecosystems helps you build durable advantage that will allow you to be successful year over year. As the platforms evolve, as the customers evolve, but you still maintain your durable advantage because you're part of an ecosystem that is also evolving. For example, when I look at India Space today, one of the, I signed up with many wallets, but really the one I use most is the Paytm because it has a lot of integrations with lots of different use cases. So I can go to my Paytm account and buy a ticket or recharge my kid's phone and so on. So building this network, building these attaches and integrations with different companies in your space, super important. Another thing is to think of your company not as a product, but as a platform. Right? Whatever you build for yourself, very often you'll have to share the same with others. And unless you do that, you truly wouldn't be able to leverage the power of others and contributions of many. Right? So if you look at Amazon, for example, hey, I'm a retailer. I sell stuff. People come to me. Why would I share this customer acquisitions to another company? But what Amazon did is, hey, I open up for anybody else. So if you come to Amazon, you can actually buy products from me or from anybody else, right? And today, both businesses are significantly stronger because of this platform. The third aspect here is the network effects. Vikas talked about the traffic in Bangalore And how many people took Uber here? There's a lot. And Uber is a classic example of a two-sided network where the value that you create in one side of the network or value created by one side of the network is helpful to grow the other side of the network. The more drivers you have on one side, the more commuters will benefit from that. The more commuters there are, it's an incentive for more drivers to join in because now they can get more people to ferry. Think of your product as how can you unlock these network effects where you can have two-sided and your platform gets better while you sleep. And that happens through contributions of others. For example, if I'm running this platform, one of the most important things is how do I curate, right? How do I let go of bad drivers or even bad commuters who smoke in the car, or a driver who doesn't listen to the customers or is driving rationally? I create a simple contribution model, and you rate every driver, and every driver may rate you. And this automatically makes the platform better without you really doing anything. So leveraging the contributions of others is an important part of building network effects and an ecosystem platform to make that durable advantage that will keep you going for years. Coming to this very important aspect, guys, fintech products often are boring. We deal with things like, hey, I can't imagine somebody waking up in the morning and feeling excited about, hey, I have to apply for a loan. Didn't happen so far. Right? Nobody does that because it's such an arduous process. Now, when you are in that product space and you are interacting with your customers, how do you create ownable moments? Those moments which will allow your customers to achieve a positive emotion, an emotional connect with your product. What you see here is an example. Now, tax preparation is the most mundane, nobody likes to do it, kind of a job, right? And in this space, you see an example. Somebody tweeted and said, hey, thank you, TurboTax, for your compassion when I filed my taxes after child loss. This means more than you will ever know, right? This is somebody who had to be asked a question about after a child loss in a certain tax situation. And what TurboTax response was, we got it, and we are very sorry for your loss, right? And you see that the person is actually talking to TurboTax, right? And that's the kind of emotion that you often have to generate in your product to get it so close to the customer that they will never leave that product and never forget that, right? If you think about our current scenario, we do check out all the time on online portals for shopping or otherwise. And perhaps that's one of those areas where there's the most anxiety. And then it doesn't help when you get a screen which says, don't press your browser back. Wait here. In case this does not change, then call this number. Now, this page does not build any confidence for me. This page only makes me more nervous, right? Something has to be done, and I think people are really innovating in that space. But that's the mindset, is knowing if your customer is not in that confident place, how do you create confidence in that moment, right? There's another example which all of us sort of sometimes have to do, and in TurboTax we innovated in that, which is calling support, product support. First, the customer is in distress. Obviously, something's not working. Something's getting in the way of the job to be done, right? Then you have to call support. When you call support, often what you see is, hey, my menu has changed, so listen to it all again. I really don't want to listen to the menu, right? Why do you change it so often? The second is then, hey, wait, somebody's going to be with you shortly, right? Sometimes you set expectation, 30-minute wait or 3 minutes wait, and then it doesn't really happen in that time frame because these are unpredictable times anyway. What we observed is a lot of our customers are actually exchanging or communicating via pictures and video, right? We took that concept and said, hey, the best way to share somebody's pain and empathy is when you actually talk to them face to face, right? How can we create that experience in our product? What you see here is a video. There's a live video in the product today It tells you there will be an expert on screen. The expert will be able to see your TurboTax screen, but not you. And you can be in your pajamas if you want to be. The expert will be able to draw on your screen to help you get to where you want to get to. And then it says, hey, I'm connecting, hold tight, reinforce the message. This is what is going to happen. There will be an expert, one-way video, and your screen will be shared. Right?
Thank you for contacting TurboTax support. My name is Fernando. How can I help you today?
Yes, hi there. Just looking to see where I can enter my DMV fees.
Yes, I can go ahead and help you with that. Let's go ahead and click on the menu up in the top left corner of the screen where I'm circling.
Okay.
And from there, we'll go ahead and tap here where it says deductions and credits.
Perfect. Okay.
And from deductions and credits, we're going to click where it says cars and other things you own.
Nice. I'm there.
And finally, we'll tap here where it says car registration fees. Is this the screen that you were looking for?
Yes. That was easy.
Awesome. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Nothing. Thank you, Fernando.
Thank you for contacting TurboTax support. Have a great day.
Team, that's